Hello and welcome back to DMCA Chess Academy. This is Ritesh Mathew. Today I'm going to show you a small trick in the opening from white side called the Scotch gambit, and the move order starts with white plays e4 and black responds with e5 and blocks the pawn. Now white develops his knight and attacks the undefended pawn on e5. So there's one attacker on the pawn, and obviously black introduces one defender of the pawn. So it's a balanced game right now. However, white offers another pawn as a gambit, and he plays the d4 pawn, and now the black pawn is attacked twice but defended only once. So black will just go ahead and capture the pawn. Over here I suggest that white, instead of capturing the pawn, because now on the pawn there are two attackers, queen and the knight, and white lost a pawn, so if instead of recapturing the pawn back, white should just move ahead with development by developing his light square bishop to the c4 square. Here black will probably develop his bishop. Let's say he develops his bishop on the e7 square. Here white can lay a small trap for black and offer up another pawn on c3. So white is already down a pawn, but he can offer another pawn as a small trap here, and if black falls for our trap and captures this pawn, then there is a very shocking move that's going to follow from white side. You can pause the video probably and guess what white can move at this time. So go ahead and pause the video and guess white's next move. Well, if you guessed queen to d5, you are correct. Over here, white creates a battery of queen and the bishop, and he's attacking the f7 pawn twice, and queen is in the front, so queen is going to capture the f7 pawn, and white is now threatening checkmate in one move. So f7 pawn is protected once but attacked twice, so black will have to introduce a second defender of the f7 pawn. The only way he can do this, not the only way, but he can also move the knight here. That's another way, but the knight will simply fall and black will lose the game because he'll be one piece down. So a better way to defend for black is by putting his knight to the h6 square. So now white has two attackers on the f7 pawn, black has two defenders. Now there is a tactic in chess called destroying the defender. So since the knight is defending this pawn the second time and stopping the checkmate, white should just capture the knight with his bishop. Let me just go back, it happened too fast. So white can just capture the knight on h6 and destroy the defender. Now black still has the checkmate in one threat because queen can capture the f7 pawn and deliver the checkmate. So over here, the right way for black to defend is he can just castle, and now the rook is also saving the pawn. So there are two defenders, king and the rook, and then there are two attackers. So black is doing okay. However, here white can just capture this g7 pawn, and then obviously black can capture the bishop, and then here white can simply move with knight captures to c3, knight captures c3. So here white is clearly doing better. He has more piece activity in the center. He is one step away from castling, and black's pieces are not still developed, so black is behind in development, and also his king's safety has been compromised because the castling wall has been broken and the g7 pawn is missing. So white is clearly doing better in this particular option. Now after black castles, if white becomes greedy because white just captured an extra knight over here, so white is up a pawn. If white becomes greedy and tries to save his bishop and be one piece extra, then white is going to be in a little trouble because of this. Knight can attack our queen, and knight can also take control of this square for a fork and also attack the queen at the same time. So obviously queen will have to fall back on the d1 square, but now comes c2 pawn move. So now it's attacking the queen, so obviously white will have to save the queen, and then black can capture the before that, black can just open up this d5 pawn and attack our bishop. So his light square bishop can also come out at this point. So we can just capture the pawn, but at this point, black can capture our knight with the pawn, and then white can obviously recapture. So here, black is better. So because his king has been castled and he has two better bishops, and also he has better space control over here in this particular variation. So instead of white saving the bishop at this point, he should just capture the g7 pawn. And then here, if the c pawn captures our b2 pawn, then bishop can just fall back and capture this. So here white is still doing better. So I hope you like this trap. It's in the Scotch gambit, and you can prepare this line and use this little trick on your opponent and try to win some material or be ahead in the development. So I hope you like this trap. Please like and subscribe to my Chess Melody channel for more music and chess related videos. Thanks for watching.